$2,500 for draw and instant games. The General Store on 24 in Lewis.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
All right, 6:38. It's a Friday. Jess, what you got today?
Here we go. President Joe Biden has issued a mass pardon on people convicted in the past of violating the federal law or District of Columbia statute prohibiting simple possession of marijuana. The order will wipe clean the criminal records of about 6,500 people convicted under federal law and thousands more convicted under the local statute. He also called on states to provide similar relief for much larger numbers convicted under state marijuana laws. Also in Las Vegas, 2 people were stabbed to death and 6 more wounded by a single attacker armed with a kitchen knife on the Las Vegas Strip yesterday. This is crazy. Witnesses said that some of the victims were like showgirls who posed for the pictures on the Strip. Tourists were out there right outside of the casinos. 1 suspect has been arrested at this time. Residents of some Florida towns that were hit hard by Hurricane Ian got the first look at the damage yesterday. Authorities permitted residents of Sanibel, Captiva, and Pine Islands to return to their homes for the first time since the storm hit. They had to travel by motorboat since the causeway is still being repaired. More than 200,000 people in Florida right now still are left without power because of the damage. Federal agents are considering charging Hunter Biden with tax crimes and making a false statement in connection with the purchase of a gun. The Washington Post made this report yesterday. Of course, Hunter Biden is the son of President Joe Biden. The Post said that it's up to the U.S. Attorney for Delaware, who was appointed by former President Donald Trump, to decide whether to prosecute the case. The gun charge relates to a 2018 purchase of a handgun. Hunter Biden is reported to have denied being a user of narcotics on a federal form, although he later admitted in the past to using cocaine. Now, a woman in Maryland. This is so sad. Maryland State Police have confirmed that a woman was hit by a car on Gray's Corner Road in Berlin. She did sustain serious injuries and she was taken to AGH and then flown to shock trauma in Baltimore. Calls came in just before 8 p.m. last night. According to the MSP dispatch, she was hit by the WACS Health Center. State police were on scene assisting with the matter, and they're unable to provide anyone with any more information at this time. But this is the same area where the 14-year-old boy was killed in July. This comes just days after transportation officials announced that new lights would be installed in that area. As this investigation continues, we will definitely keep you up to date on that story. Now, Berlin Council member and Vice President Dean Burrell was reelected to the municipal race with just 2 votes more than his challengers, Tony Weig. I know that we talked about this. Burrell received 37 votes. Weig received 35.
Yeah, and by the way, every vote counts. Just want to let you know, 37 votes to 35. Now, another thing that kind of stood out to me is the little amount of people who came out to vote.
Yeah. Well, the race
we
was
got to come up
decided
with easier ways to vote. We have to.
By just 2 votes. And Tony Weig says that now that this election is over, I think the biggest takeaway is that less than 10% of our registered voters showed up. And that is just pitiful. Dean and I agree on most every issue that faces the town today. And for that, I know that he will continue to do a good job. He and I both have the town first in our heart with all decisions, and that is most important. In the wake of this cycle, I look forward to spending time with my family in future elections and figuring out ways to wake up our voters and continue to make process and progress towards our skate park. Many thanks to those 72 people who did show up. No matter how you voted, you decided to make a difference with your vote. So there you go. It was decided by just 2 votes.
I don't know how many. I'd love to know how many older people voted as opposed to younger people.
Oh, got it.
Because everybody always talks about the younger people getting out and registering to vote and getting out there. There's got to be an easier way. There has to be.
Well, he says less than 10% showed up.
Yeah, and that's how it's always going to be. From now on, that's how it's always going to be. Our kids don't care about going to wait in line and vote. Mm-hmm. It's just going to get less and less and less and less. Now, I think the presidential election, because there's so much hype around it, may, continue to attract. I mean, there was a record number of voters last time.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that may continue, to kind of stay where it's at as long as it's like exciting and, whatever, which is crazy for me to say it like that. But local elections matter and people don't care. Less than 10%. Even the adults didn't even go out this time around, So.
Yep. And then.
But don't say your vote don't count. 2
Oh,
votes.
it does.
2.
It definitely counts. Yeah. Ocean City, the 25th annual Endless Summer Cruising event, is back in the resort town. The event has several car shows. I saw tons of cars coming in town last night. Vendors are all lined up at the convention center, the inlet parking lots. They anticipate over 3,000 vehicles of all makes and models. So it did kick off yesterday. It's going to run through Sunday. So if you are in OC, make sure that you have a great time and stay safe on the roads.
Yes, take your time. If you're, and there's going to be cops everywhere, just FYI.
Yeah, the organizers of the event says that it's expected to sell out. So
6:44. It's a Bill and Jessica show. We got sports on the way, and we're not going to do our picks quite yet. Those are going to be at 7:20 with Delaware Goat picks.
Okay.
All right, but we will go over a bunch of sports stuff coming up next. Good morning.